All right, it is time. It's that time of season. It's that time of place. The spice is right and the time is nice. So we're going to go ahead and read for our friends that were born on the Cancer Leo cusp. That's right. This reading's appearing just a little bit early. Happy birthday to all you that are watching this. This is going to be your yearly report, so it's going to stretch into summer 2021. We're going to get a lot of tarot down. We're going to try and get a lot of messages out. Practical stuff, useful stuff that you can use in a real spiritual sense, in a real spiritual world. All right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to cut the cards for you now. And I think that you guys are going to be faring and feeling quite well this year. This is due to the fact of kind of a reboot of assertion and optimism kind of intertwined and catapulted together out into like stardust into the night sky. It is about expression for you guys, and this is about assertion, putting the best foot forward, committing to the journey, committing to the walk. You know, here comes Johnny singing oldies goldies, bebop-a-lula, baby, what I say. You remember that? He was doing the walk of life and was happy to be there. So let's see the current overall energy for you guys right now. It comes in the form of a Three of Wands reversed, saying, all right, this is about refining your ability to manifest through spirit, which is really nice. This is why the assertion is required, right? But there could be challenges in regards to working with others and getting too far ahead of yourself sometimes. That deep emotional, that feeling side of Cancer may be like a little bit of a ball and chain for you in terms of like reaching your goals most efficiently, because you may find at times that it's really tempting, or it just automatically happens that you guys get attached to the feeling of the outcome, which is a blocker in the process of making spirit made manifest or making your dreams come to life. Be satisfied very much in the day and do your best, whatever it takes, to keep the faith in that you are most loved, you are most deserving, and you're most capable through spirit of achieving. All right. In other words, don't let at any time throughout the year the deep emotion come up and like just gut punch you, like give you the 1-2 and then the uppercut and make you at a point where you think, well, maybe I'm on the wrong path. Maybe I don't truly deserve this. Maybe all of the things I've been trying to learn and understand, they're just not working for me. Because when this card's up in reverse, it's saying that a certain amount of dedication or persistence to yourself and from yourself is required for success. And what's helping or hindering the situation is that ultimate goal itself. When you think about a goal, it's there like a big shining star out in the sky. Like, you're going to get there. You're going to be there. You're going to achieve it. You're going to have it, right? Whatever the cost, no matter how long it takes, it is the treasure at the end of the rainbow. It's the prize at the bottom of the foam pit, or whatever it might be, right? But this is helping or hurting you in that the attachment to the end, the attachment to the prize itself, it's like you forego all the cereal. The cereal ends up on the damn kitchen floor because you're trying to get to the little Kinder Surprise at the bottom of the dang box. And you forgot that you had double chocolate, frosty, coaty, oatmeal, cinnamon crunch awesomeness the whole time, right? And that awesome cinnamon crunchiness is like the moments that make up the day, that make up the journey, the steps, the people that make up the path. So when you begin to sense your heightened awareness being satisfied with all the little things that are around you, that's when you begin to resonate with your goal. It means you begin to resonate to the end result, and that in essence acts as like your talisman, or in essence can bring you closer more efficiently to your goal. So some of you might have come into 2020 with all of the wacky crap that's gone down. Let's just call it wacky crap for now, because that's fun. You know, it keeps people from making too much out of nothing. But all the wacky crap that's gone down, For some of you, it might have left you feeling a little bit defeated, like just getting out with the puppy dog or with a best friend to go for a hike, or, it felt like a lot of work. It felt like everything didn't seem right. Everything was out of place. And it could have been like rather shaking to our friends born on the Cancer Leo cusp. And the first 6 months of this year were about adjusting. They were about getting situated. They were about becoming aligned with what you could do in the face of what the new world was looking like, and it's still being formed. It's still being organized. It's still being fought over. So it's about coming out of this shell of like retreat. It's not necessarily defeat, but it's like there was a time where you had to gather up the ponies, gather up the horses, gather up the soldiers, and get back into the castle because you were outnumbered. But then once you got back into the castle, you could wait. You could wait for reinforcements. You could get strong and healthy again. So if you'd been feeling a little bit of hermit mode, if you've been feeling a little bit like, I'm just going to wait until this all blows over, it's letting you know that your gas tank is filled up now. Your windows have been washed, your oil has been checked, and you're good to go. So this card is about making sure that you've taken care of any loose ends, any loose knots that have come up over the past 6 months, anything that you've forgotten to do, you've been procrastinating to do. Please take care of those things, because I want you to pull out of this energy of like full retreat and not being able to move forward with direct certainty as soon as you can, just because it's the assertiveness, it's the optimism that's going to be that big energy that I feel like you guys are going to need to be aligned with in order to achieve and receive all your blessings for the latter half of this year. All right, how are we going to get there? Hard effing work, my friends. Forthrightness, that perseverance, that dedication that I was talking to you about earlier. It's actually crowning your reading in the Eight of Pentacles. This is the crown reading for the card. And it's not just about hard, mundane work. This is about being persistent to the end goal. This is about saying, well, if it didn't work 7 times, I'm going to try it an 8th time, And just maybe then, I'll hit a home run. I'll have a winner. You want to have that in your life. But the Eight of Pentacles is a tough energy to be in, because if you don't have the discipline, if you're not willing to, start from scratch, things can be a little bit difficult. You know what you're doing. This is a card of like adept ability in the Eight of Pentacles. Mastercraft. Maybe some of you will take a master class. Maybe some of you will decide to put a spin to refine what it is that you do, so that you're ready and you have the best of what you have to offer when you go out into the world, or when it comes time to cashing in your chips, trading in your cash money for experience, for dollars, that your investment in itself is actually worth the time that you've put in and the money that you're paying for things. Okay, you're going to be evaluating this very tightly and very strongly this year, I feel, to our Leo cast friends. All right, and this is like a lot about Leo. So what are you going to be moving into? Oh, yes, the transparency. How much are we willing to bear? How much, Cancer Leo cuspers, are you willing to put on yourself to achieve that goal? You could feel good today by procrastinating, by putting it off to the side, or by turning over a new leaf. But you're going to look back at that old leaf and be like, I still need to do something with that. It's still important. This still has meaning. But this is in your wheelhouse. This is in your area of control, this 10 of Wands reverse. And it's saying to you, the sticks that you pick up, that which you want to carry, to bring forward with you, all of them are going to have their own cause for you to pause. I know that rhymed. It wasn't time for it to rhyme, but it's going to give you cause to pause with a lot of they're not major decisions, but they're time investments about what you're doing with your time, and you're going to be evaluating as well as you move forward. If people in your life or situations in your life are just too stressful to deal with, and you're going to be very, very discerning and effectively discerning as we roll through the Virgo season all the way through, probably into Pisces season. It's going to be a very you first, Leo strong mentality, and it's going to be okay. You're not going to have to worry about regrets or guilt or anything on that nature, because you've put it in the equation. You've put it in part of your considerations for deciding or for moving forward or against something in the first place. So there could be a lot of like distractions coming up for you as well, but I feel like you're going to be doing very good to spot those and realize them. All right, because you're putting in the work here. Nine of Swords reversed at the root cause of this reading. At the root chakra, what do we have? We have a situation where you guys are actually taking care of that dust being, that dust body, fingernails, head and shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and armpits, knees and toes. You're going to be taking good care of yourselves, I feel. This is about you guys taking the steps, working out, eating right, getting enough rest. All of that good stuff is going to be helping to assist you, and it's helping your root energy. So any kind of meditations that are helping you root in are very good, because this is, what I see as attainment of higher spiritual perspective and ultimately relief and satisfaction on this earth or in this world. And it's done so through your firm grip on reality, your firm apprehension of the 3D corporeal things in this world, the room, the television, the loaf of bread, all of that stuff. It's very much there, but your thinking is shifted now. You're only wanting to apprehend what is right, what feels good, what is best for you. And this goes back to that discernment. I like it. You guys are like choosy, but it's good, because it's better that than just snoozy, just like that sense of apathy that you might have felt earlier this year, just like, whatever they say, whatever they're doing, that's fine. It's just a paycheck at the end of the day. I'll get through it. That leaves you in that Nine of Swords energy. But I like that this is reversed. It shows that you guys are going to change that. You guys are going to rise above that through feeling good. It's not coming from an outside source. It's coming from within. All right. Fears that you might be dealing with come in the form of a Four of Wands reversed here. So now we've got more wands upside down. All right. So this could mean like work life for our Leo Cancer friends could be like topsy-turvy this year. There's a lot going on in repositioning, attaining work, moving jobs, getting a promotion, even pay raises. All these sorts of things come into play in terms of your thinking. But the fear might be that the time that you're investing, that there may not be anything to celebrate at the end of it. Like, where the heck is the star? Way back there. Where is the treasure at the end of the rainbow? And you may lose sight of it, and you may lose faith in it, which is why I say it's very important for you in terms of your process to solidify, to affirm your faith for each step that you take towards that. And you'll know the difference between spending time and spending money versus investing time and investing money, more so in yourself. It doesn't mean that there's not going to be a celebration. It just means that for some of you, it looks like you're going to have to be working a little bit extra hard of it. And I want you to lose the fear. I want you to lose the fear of not being able to have what you want, that too much time is passing, whether your desire is to have children or to be married or to have a yacht on Lake Michigan or whatever your thing is, right? Whatever that is, don't live in fear that you won't get it. More so, live into the space and start a conversation in your inner mind's eye and with yourself, and embrace the feeling that you've already have it. Embrace the celebratory nature of, this is a glorious day where my dream is possible. Nobody has the ability or the forthwithitude to keep it from me, to take it from me. And when you do that, it's very strongly self-empowering, and hopefully you can get over that fear of just maybe like not making the finish line for some reason, because that's definitely what's there. People surrounding you might be difficult this year for our Cancer Leo friends in their relationships with Virgo, Taurus, and even Capricorn here. There might be some situations where ideas don't bond, ideas don't mesh. One thing I want to remind you, the message from the King of Pentacles reversed here, is that just because you're journeying together or you're coupled together with someone. It doesn't mean you're Bert and Ernie. It doesn't mean you're handcuffed together. It doesn't mean you're attached at the hip. You're not Gemini here. There's no Siamese dream. That successful relationships for our Cancer Leo friends born on the cusp have a lot to do with the independence that comes through understanding and trust with the people in their relationships and their environments, even if they're not an earth sign. Earth signs are more, I think, able to understand this, but sometimes they vary or they waver on how accommodating they can be, So if anything you can do to help alleviate tensions in your relationships about where you're at, what you're doing, when are you going to come see me, all this kind of stuff. It's like, have faith and again, have trust in that process, because, the king is reversed here, saying we don't quite have everything that we want to have here before we can just all go and hang out under the palm tree and swing away on the swing. I would encourage open debate in all of your relationships. Whatever you want to talk about, be willing to speak empathetically and listen empathetically, because opening these doorways to serious debate, if there is issue or if there is a physical problem between the two of you, could be distance, it could be communication itself. It's going to require open conversation, and it's okay. It might be a little bit shaky for you, Leo Cancers. It's like it almost feels like you may not want to address certain elephants in the room as they come up this year. You'd rather wait for things to bubble over, to boil over, or to, God forbid, to explode. But this is saying stay ahead of the game. Stay ahead of this King of Pentacles reversed. You want to keep your energy fresh, and you're working on yourself through that root energy, that reverse Nine of Swords thing, like I said, where you're putting yourself first. But when it comes to this, keep ahead of the energy so that you don't have to butt heads maybe against another Leo that's got their ideas, or possibly even a Taurus, or one of the other more powerful, assertive, aggressive, strong, go out and get them type signs. All right, because we have to remember, even though we're approaching it, we come through a lot of competition, we come through a lot of trial and error, and we come by things through the hard way, and which is why that persistence again is being asked of you and required for you this year. But here we go. The immediate environment, there could be romance for our Cancer Leo friends coming up this year as well. The King of Swords here is now saying, if the people that you're pandering, or that you're enabling, or that you are very giving to in your life are not appreciating you, the King of Swords saying you don't have to take that. You don't have to put up with that. You don't have to stand with it. The King of Swords says, stand with me. We'll go out and we'll find somebody that does appreciate romance. We'll go out and find somewhere where they do know our name and they do like what we have to say. We don't have to continuously butt our heads against the locker. Remember what I said earlier. You got the horses and the troops, and you went back into the castle, and the king is now giving you a lot more confidence, a lot more instruction as to the way to go about things and the way to enjoy yourself more openly and more freely, and without worry that you're wasting time or that you're not going to make ends meet at anything of this nature. Right? It's very nice. And he's always a romantic person. And again, this card comes back to that empathic listening piece that's there for you. All right. But the King of Swords is going to give you a boost of confidence this year. And it's all about your alignment in your personal relationships. This card comes up in an environmental space. So you might look to maybe an Aquarius or a fun-loving Gemini, right? Or even just the good side of Libra when they're having a bright and sunshiny day, and think, wow, where do they get that energy? Wow, where does that happiness bubble over from? Wow, how do they just find all that? And just in the drop of a dime or the space of a hat, it seems like. And all of a sudden they turn it on, and now they're like a beacon of attraction and hope. And you can do these same things as well with the King of Swords. It's just stuff that you have to recognize the opposite and stray far away from those places, okay? And then at the top of your healing energy, for the big banger, number 14, Major Arcana, the Hangman, okay? Remember, it's not fated. You're the one that either strikes out or hits a home run. Nobody else does it for you. And this isn't to come down on you. I just feel like there might be a few people checking out this reading that needed to hear that ultimately it is up to them, because the traditional meaning of the hangman in the picture, he's fully able to get down off of that cross, to get down out of that tree, to stop the blood rushing to his head just by the simple awareness that he is in control, that nobody that came and tied him up there, they're long gone. They're no longer around. So when it comes to your experience and your journey, get yourself down from that place of vulnerability or spending too much time enjoying, unfortunately, what it feels like to not have. We would rather have you be someone that absolutely is enjoying all their dreams by this time of the day tomorrow, rather than still questing, still lugging on, and you still have to put in those footsteps. But for a few of you, it's almost about getting mobile again. That's Six of Wands reversed that came up. All this trouble going on at work, all this trouble in terms of, feeling victorious and getting out of this apathy, like we'll just go with the flow and see what happens. It's time for you to turn into a championship swimmer. It's time for you to really go into your power and then push it forward like some sort of superhero burst out into the world, so it clears a path and a safe way for you to walk forward without the weird temptations or the weirdos or the people and the distractions that would come in and seek. Because as you get closer to your star, as you get closer to your goal, it seems as though the tests, they come a little bit fast and a little bit more furious, and you may even end up deciding to weighing one desire against another desire, and then getting all Twitter-pated and frustrated that, now you have a decision that's too difficult to make, right? Stick to your guns. Know that you have the power, all right? And that power is going to be with you all through this next year. It's all about whether or not you're willing to reach out and embrace it, to grab it, to touch it, to pet it, to shake it, and do whatever you like with it, all right? So, thank you to our Cancer Leo friends. I hope you once again have a happy birthday and enjoy this year. Get out there. It's 99.9. Good vibes all the time.